Evening, guys. Welcome to Football Brownies Late Night Q&A. Late Night Q&A. I know I should have done one last night. I did actually schedule one in for last night. But halfway through setting it all up, I just thought, fuck it. I'm too drunk to fucking do this. I'm too drunk to do this. We'll talk about last night later on. Anyway, before we go any further, please like, share, most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Remember, subscription is free. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't forget notification bell. Tonight, we have a guest, Sam Greenwood. Hi, Sam. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, Brownie. Thanks for having me on. How you doing?
You good, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, good. How you doing?
Oh, well, I went to that watch party, they called it.
Oh yeah. The El
Yeah,
Clasico.
yeah. Really good, really good.
You're just stalking that bird. That's what you're doing. I know it. I know. You're just
You know
stalking
what?
that
No, we had
presenter.
a good chat off camera, and
Yeah.
she's funny, man. She is really funny.
Up
No,
here,
no,
up
no,
here,
no,
you
no,
reckon you got a chance, don't you? Up here, you reckon you got a chance.
no. No. I think we're gonna become good friends, really, and no, it's just it's like Sam. It's just bloody. You just get on with people, and sometimes they just fucking. You just know that you're gonna be bloody good friends at the end of it because she's funny as fuck, absolutely funny as fuck,
But
and
does she
we had
actually?
good
Does she
crack.
actually? Does she actually engage with you then, or do you just send her 1,000 tweets and she replies to one now and
Oh
again?
no! We were DMing all day yesterday. On
Yeah.
Twitter, basically because I didn't know just little things like when I went up to the door, do I have to mention her name or do you know what I mean? All crap like that. And then when we got there, when I got there, Brownie being Brownie, I got there late
Of course, yeah.
after kickoff.
Of course, yeah.
I was absolutely pissed on it. I was absolutely pissed.
Of course, why am I not surprised? You know,
I
that's
thought the event started 8 o'clock. You see, what the time the game was. The event
you think
actually
the event
started at
starts the
half
same time as
six.
kickoff. You think an event starts at the same time as the kickoff?
Yeah, I know. So what did I go? I went to I thought I'll get a mood now. Go to a tapas restaurant only down the road. I got fucking shit faced on a wine, didn't I? Proper shit faced.
Brownie.
Well,
You're
how's life?
lovely.
How's your job now?
Yeah, doing well, thank you. Yeah, no, just things are going well. Can't complain. Yeah, nothing much really to report my side. That's things are what they are. Going well.
And
Can't really
Clacton,
complain.
okay?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's quite nice around here. It's nice to be out by the sea.
Yeah.
Nice open fresh air. No traffic. It's nice. It's a bit different than in London.
Okay, first one in the chat, Stefan. Well, Mr. Brown, I know what he's going to go on about. I can see his comment further down already. Brownie on tour, hi mate. Brownie, see the absolute madness. I was in after shortly. I didn't, but I've heard something about it, mate. Do me a favor. Can I contact you? I'll contact you tomorrow if that's all right. Because I wanna chat with you about that game. Because something happened towards the end of that game. Apparently, Stefan said I watched you online. Did Real Madrid? It was fucking shocking.
Real Madrid were
Absolutely
crap, weren't they? Jesus.
shocking. It was embarrassing. And
I didn't see the game. I just saw a couple of highlights. But did the Santiago? Because they're in the new Santiago Bernabeu now, right? They're in the new
still
one,
being developed at the moment. But
so they weren't at this new one. They were still at the training
no,
ground.
it was at the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
But it was only part fucking
Oh,
open to
okay.
the public,
But
really.
my point was, did they have the white flags out? Were they that pissed off that they had to
It
get
was
the white
fucking
flags out?
shocking, man.
Mm.
Of all the good work Ancelotti done to beat PSG, all of a sudden that's fucking thrown away. The defending was comical. Absolutely
We
comical.
got Mbappe coming there in the summer.
They need more than Mbappe, mate, I tell you. But you know what? It'll just be Real Madrid. We'll come back and they beat Chelsea after this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it would be typical.
Brownie was thinking, oh my God, Stefan, I know. You know what? That was half a point why I did not do a schedule. I thought, I did schedule it in, and I do know things. I thought, oh, no. This is just going to be a show of Stefan taking the absolute piss out of me. But fair play, Stefan. And Aubameyang, I agree with you on Twitter, Sam. I do agree with you
Yeah,
on Twitter. Yesterday, that was not a game to judge Aubameyang because the Real Madrid defense was just really bad.
yeah,
Really
exactly.
bad.
And the guy, there's so many different. You know, this is what I get a bit pissed off with because I agree with you. The leagues are very different. You know, in terms of there's different levels of defending, different tactics. You're playing different styles. You can't. It's apples and pears. It's not apples and apples. You know, you can't compare the same all the time. And of course, Aubameyang's going to be playing better when when he feels like he's got a new lease of life and he's started a new challenge. Of course, it's going to give him more motivation. It's completely different. You can't compare what he was doing at Arsenal. But like I wrote on Twitter, Arsenal, he was just taking the piss, wasn't he? He was just absolutely taking the piss. He broke the club
Oh,
rules
no
four
doubt.
times.
Yeah,
Arteta didn't make him do
bottom
that.
line,
He,
Sam,
he
he
did that.
engineered the move out of Arsenal. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he wasn't interested. His mind wasn't in there. And Arteta did the right thing by getting him out as quickly as possible. Why do you want a cancer in your squad until the summer, and try and use him now and again? He was useless. He wasn't doing anything. The best thing was just get him out as quickly as possible, which we managed to do in January. Get that 350K off the books.
Yeah.
That was the best thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Totally agree. For once,
Yeah.
we totally agree, Sam. For once,
I
we
know. And then
totally
you got
agree.
and then you got
Yeah.
loads of Arsenal fans, including that absolute fucking pond life fucking mouth breather, Piers Morgan.
All right, I thought on about the other
All
one.
he cares about is Aubameyang for some reason now, like he's his long lost fucking adopted child or something. And he's just going on about Arsenal, misused Aubameyang, and if Aubameyang was at Arsenal, we'd be doing much better. Absolute rubbish. We was using the
Absolutely.
guy.
I know.
We was using him all season. The guy was absolute rubbish. Why would it be different? I don't get the logic. Why would it be different if he was still playing when he was actually playing? He was absolute crap. I don't get it.
Is it just Piers Morgan wanted to be controversial and kept in a fucking line?
Yeah, you know what he's like. He's trying to get his profile up again and all of that. Get into the
I can't remember what tweet he said. He done a tweet.
Get into the limelight again.
I turned around and said at least he didn't hack phones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I was like laughing when I saw it because you're dead right. The guy's history is absolute terror. You know what he did for News of the World is absolutely disgusting. The guy should have been put in prison for what he did there. But anyway, he's a hypocrite. He's horrible. He's disgusting. He's he's
a typical Arsenal fan. He's a typical Arsenal fan.
I don't know about typical, but unfortunately, he's one of those Arsenal fans that most Arsenal fans are not happy with. That he is an Arsenal fan because he doesn't represent all of us, and he's an absolute ball bag, an absolute fucking clown shoes.
Brought me on to I tell you what, mate, right? Give it 2 days, not tomorrow. Wednesday. I'm talking to Pig. Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll do a show on it. That's what we'll do. We'll do a show on it. Basically, you can tell everything that went on during the game, after the game, because we'll do a show on it. Fuck it. We'll take a piss out of Swansea. Let's go down. Yeah, I seen he did contact you as well. Yeah, we'll do a show on it, mate. Right? Uber isn't a replacement for Messi. He never was, though, was he? He never was. Right?
No.
To be honest, Barca didn't even fucking want him at first. He just turned up at their door. You know what I mean?
I think they inquired about him and he sort of like forced it through. I think that's basically what happened. But yeah.
again, engineered a fucking move, didn't he? He done exactly the same out of
Well, he
Dortmund.
wanted to go, didn't he? He wanted to go, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Most journalists are wankers. Give you art of writing. I hope you don't perform a journalist in that fucking phrase, my friend. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Oh god.
Who you lot on about?
We was talking about Piers Morgan. That's what he was on
All
about.
right, okay, yeah. I thought you were going to say about the other one, who all of a sudden, have you noticed, have changed his fucking stance now?
What?
Because Arteta is fucking, if Arteta don't make Champions League, I want him sacked. 6 months later, when Arteta is fucking making a Champions League, I don't want to be in a Champions League now
Oh
because
yeah.
fuck
But
off.
that guy's got so many videos now showing how much he flip flops and just changes. He just changes his. He just
That's
wants to
not.
win,
That's
doesn't he?
he's not a fan, mate. He's
He's
not
not.
a
He's
fan.
disgusting. Everyone. He's got his fanboys. His under 20s. Who don't know Arsenal's history at all. Basically, they've only seen Arsenal since the Invincibles. That's
Yeah.
his fanboys, and they see he's got his little. He calls them the Rat Army because that's what they are, a bunch of little fucking rats. And you can just do one, can't he, Lee Gunner? He's disgusting.
I got chat with Flying Pig, I think, on Wednesday. So let me have a chat with him, and I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you, mate. I can't do much at the moment because I'm on a show. 7 Brownie has gone for Barca. Oh, like fuck, mate. Like fuck. But they both as bad as one another. Honestly, I much prefer Cardiff and Swansea. Actually, shit though. It's absolute shit though. 6-fingered cousins of down west. Jesus Christ.
I did tell you just on that point about Cardiff.
The father's a brother, for God's sake. Go on.
I did tell you about the point about Cardiff. I told you a couple of times a long while ago, but out like my brothers used to travel a lot, away and stuff, and they said one of the best places they've been to is Cardiff in terms of the atmosphere and I'm talking about Millennium Stadium now for the cup finals.
Yeah.
When Arsenal had their cup finals there, they went there and they said the whole atmosphere around Cardiff and having all the pubs and everything right close to the ground, next to the ground, and they said it was one of the best places they've been to for an away day.
That honestly, when we held the cup finals there, that whether people like it or not, Millennium Stadium was always preferred than Wembley because Wembley's out in a fucking industrial estate, out in the middle of nowhere, whereas Millennium Stadium in the middle of the city centre, bars, clubs all around you.
Yeah.
And the only thing about Cardiff, and we're used to it now, the only thing about Cardiff is that it's not a landlocked city.
Yeah.
So everyone has to go the same way to get out.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
Yeah.
So you do have people. You used to have people moan, "Oh, bloody traffic took 2 hours to get."
Yeah, well,
But tell you what, catch a fucking train then.
Well, traffic is unfortunately a problem with most stadiums because you've got 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people, all going into the same area and out again from the same areas. You're going to have traffic everywhere, aren't you, no matter where you are?
Oh, no, we absolutely, I was at Penarth rather than Cardiff. Penarth were 3 miles away, right? But we absolutely loved hosting the FA Cup and the Champions League the other year as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, absolutely, I made about $3,500 on that Champions League by renting my house out for 2 nights.
Yeah, I know you did. That was a good move. Actually, that was a smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, hi mate. Hope you're well. Still waiting for your membership, lad. Imagine not one to your club. I know. Unbelievable.
That's what Lee Gunner is, isn't he? He's an absolute fucking clown shoes, isn't he? It makes no sense.
It's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. I told Sam why it's going to be another, what would you call it? What would you call it, Sam? Another
What?
part in a show or
What are we talking about?
my new idea?
Oh, your new segment.
Yeah, segment. Oh, you bloody
You just
you
need
got
some
the word.
brains, Brownie, some brains. You know,
I got absolute
you
no
can't drink
brains
all
at
your
all.
brain cells away. You know.
Last night fucked me up, to be honest. Absolutely fucked me up. Right. Anyway. Yeah, new segment in the show tonight, guys. Right. I will kick it off. I want you guys to help me out in the future. Basically, the segment is just going through the papers, all the stupid fucking stories in which being written, and we'll have a good laugh about them and have a chat about them. I got a couple today, I tell you. The London Evening Standard, quality writing, quality writing.
There we go. Super chat from Randy. Randy.
Hey, Randy, daddy.
Hey.
Yes, Randy, much appreciated, my friend. Much
Big up,
appreciated.
Randy. Hope you're well down there, down in the magical kingdom of New Zealand.
Wembley is a shithole, man. I hate the stadium as well. Absolutely hate the
It's not so
stadium.
bad now though, because they've built out a lot around there, the whole Stratford area and all of that. That's not too far away, and you know
But
it's been built a lot around Wembley now. But yeah, back in the like 90s and 80s, it was there wasn't much around there, was there? Like you say, it
no,
was pretty much
you'd
an
have to go to
industrial estate.
well, if you like from the south going north, going into London, like
Mm,
we would come into London in the West Paddington,
yeah.
Sam, and then you'd have to go north. So if you go in north to Wembley, Marylebone is definitely the area to go to,
Mm,
and then you just have your overland to Wembley.
yeah.
You know, uh, what fuck do reveal? Or I will later on. Let's get through comments. I will later on. Forgot men's shows about Brownie, mate, but all that mess happened Swansea away. All right, Brummy, fucking now. We'll have a fucking chat about it. Jesus Christ, the guy's on the.
Okay, he's writing War and Peace tonight. This Brummy, ain't he? Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Jeez, calm the fuck down, Brummy. I'll contact you tomorrow. Right? Stratford is east
Yeah, what
London.
I meant was that they built out the Wembley area a lot like they have in Stratford. You know, Stratford was also a shithole,
Yeah,
a few years
yeah,
ago, but now
yeah, it
Stratford's
is. Yeah.
a really nice, affluent area, built up with fancy buildings and shopping
Now what
areas.
fucking Hackney has gone up in the fucking world compared to what I remember it as.
Well, it's all that. Finsbury Park. When I was a kid, Finsbury Park, that round area, was just all full of fucking, you know,
What's what you
prostitutes
saying
and
now?
fucking
What?
heroin addicts and all of that. And now Finsbury Park, is a lovely area. It's all completely changed. It's
Well, the Liverpool squad were walking around Hackney the other day. I thought, fucking hell, where's your stab
yeah,
vests? Do you know what I mean?
they went out for a walk, didn't they? Why not? Why not? It's not the 80s.
Uh, oh, look, AWAS, listen, I'm talking to you now, not Nathan, yeah? Brownie, my card is fucked at the moment, suspended due to fraud. Nathan used to say that every time he asked me to fucking put a bet on for him. But, no worries, mate, no worries, only winding you up anyway. Let me see, we're quite cool. Tell you what, it is growing on West Ham fans now after what they've been doing with the Europa League, put on a right show. I tell you what, the atmosphere on both Sevilla game in Sevilla and the London Stadium was unbelievable, out of its world for Europa League game. Sam, did you watch that?
No, not really, to be honest with you. I got to be honest with West Ham. I couldn't give a fuck.
Hey, at the end of the day,
you know,
you're
but
an
I have seen the
Arsenal fan
stadium.
anyway.
I haven't seen them for the Europa League game, but I have seen the stadium. And yeah, it's a nice big stadium. It's there's some poor architectural things, that we know about. But yeah, but if they can put on a good show there, good luck to them. It's a much better stadium than what Upton Park was. I mean, Upton Park was
No,
a
I loved Upton Park. I did. I
yes,
loved
you got
Upton
that
Park.
nice atmosphere there. But it's a small ground, wasn't it? You got if you're going to be a big club, you got to get into a big stadium.
I I know why people are having to go, oh, the running track. But I was talking to someone and I was thinking, hang on, you go to Italy, almost every
Yeah,
fucking
but that's
ground is
because they built the stadiums with running tracks, didn't they, back then? Because the whole council thing and all of that, they had to put a running track. It had to be an athletics ground as well as football and all that. So the old laws in Italy and everything. The same in many other European countries. That's why you see many grounds with athletics tracks. But in the UK, you didn't have that. You could purpose build football grounds, and everything. And I must admit, the whole athletics tracks it's horrible in a football ground. It just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? You don't want the athletics track there between you and the ground. Between you and the football pitch. It's horrible.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Right. Well, what was it called, Jester? Forest Green. For
Yeah,
people that
tonight.
don't
I think
know,
that game
Sam
was
did
tonight.
actually ask me to go to that game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they put the tickets out for sale a while ago. All the proceeds from the game going to support the Ukraine people in Ukraine. It was basically they lowered the tickets to £10 a ticket for every seat in the stadium. It was just first come first serve for the booking. The best seats everywhere. All £10, the whole lot. And yeah, it was for the Forest Green game basically. The tonight the Forest Green, the team top of the table, visiting Colchester tonight at the I think it's called the Community Stadium, whatever they call it.
Yeah,
Um,
I went to Layer Road years ago, but
and it's quite a nice stadium to be honest. Colchester, it's quite nice. It's all purpose built, as you know, and all of that. But yeah, there's tonight there was yeah, it's probably just finished a while
yeah,
ago.
I'm just looking at the score
But
now.
yeah,
Forest Green won one
Forest Green
nil.
was coming to visit, and it was a game I was thinking if Brownie was nearby, we could go to for only £10. And I'm not that far from Colchester. We could have driven down and parked up.
I know. I to be honest, Sam, my plans were all over the
No,
shop,
listen,
and
don't worry about it.
last night.
Listen, don't worry about it. We'll catch up another time. Don't
Oh,
worry about it.
definitely, absolutely. We are thinking. We are thinking. We eyeing up the Arsenal Everton game at the end of the season. We
Yeah,
eyeing that.
it's gonna depends on what happens with my trip to the Philippines.
Yeah, I
But
know. I know.
if I'm not going to the Philippines, then if I have to postpone that, then yeah, I might go to that Arsenal game. But we'll see.
Yeah, and listen, a lot will depend on Sasha,
Yeah,
but potentially we could well be doing a late night Q&A from the Philippines, brother, as well.
that would be fucking mental. That would be mental.
Oh, I know. No comment. No, I was interested in that for Colchester game because Newport are up in the promotion area in the playoffs, and yeah, I'm looking at the table. You've got
How, how,
5 points separating 6 teams at the top.
so how did the game go between Colchester and Forest Green?
1-0 Forest Green.
Yeah, pretty much as expected.
Yeah. Forest Green are running away with it now on
Yeah, they're
top.
doing well, aren't they?
Yeah, the stadium is all like eco-friendly, isn't it, Forest Green?
Yeah, they put a lot of money into it. The owners.
And it's a fucking village at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I think it's cool for something new to come up through through the leagues. I think it's not nice. It might not have. I don't have any affinity with them, only connection or anything. I think it's nice for a new club to come up through the system.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they started very rise when they beat Merthyr in a playoff in the Southern League,
Yeah,
and uh, and then all of a sudden they just shot up from there. The money started coming in and so on. Fair play to that owner, though. He's had a few fucking knockbacks. I think the food they sell is only vegan as well. In
right.
the
Yeah, I know
no,
they do loads of really. They got loads of like really specific strategic things they do. They're very different in a lot of the ways they do and approach things. But good luck to them. The
yeah,
owners,
yeah,
at least,
definitely,
yeah, the owners at least seem to be focused on football and the fans, which is good.
yeah. Right, right. Let's talk about my night last night or my
Right.
afternoon last night. Well, basically, guys, I'm doing a vlog. I'm putting it all together, and I tell you what, it's fucking hard work, Sam. It's fucking hard work. Bloody hell. I was fucking charging my phone up every fucking 10 minutes, it felt like, I tell you. Right? So I'm putting out. I've got there's one or two things I need to do. Then I'm putting it all together. Basically, um, I just thought I'd do the touristy thing yesterday afternoon. Go into central London, do a touristy thing, and then head out to the event, which I thought was 8 o'clock. Right. But anyway, so I then went to the grill house or something in Marylebone Station, and yeah, you know what? I'm surprised how many people were there. Sold out. The event was sold out. Uh, Mostly all Spanish, um, or Spanish expats. Very good natured. I thought, oh, geez, here we go. It could, um, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I met, face to face, met Summer Hunter.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
you wanted to do. I know. I
no,
know.
no, no. But what happened? Because basically, La Liga TV were hosting it. So she was up and down the stage all the time,
Yeah.
and I just thought, you know what? No, no, I'm not gonna do an interview with her. I just have a chat one to one,
Mm.
and we did have a real good chat. She's really funny, actually. But to finish it off, I we've agreed that I'll do like a small interview, talk about the game, and then that will be in the vlog as well. And then, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
tell you, £6.50 a fucking pint.
Yeah, they're welcome to an event in London. That's what it cost in London, central London.
Unbelievable. £6.50 a pint. I was like, fuck. How much? Hang on, I'll just get my checkbook. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Fuck it now.
He's gonna sell my house. Yeah.
No, but I really enjoyed it. And it's the
That's
second
good.
time we've done it now.
Oh, good.
And I tell you what, bloody hell. I was surprised that the amount of people there.
Yeah, it was good. Good. Sounds good. Sounds like a
You know?
fun event. You know, the El Clasico is a big game. Why not make something out of it? There's loads of Spanish people in London and loads of fanboys who like Barcelona and Real Madrid as it
Yeah.
is. You know, you can make a big thing out of it, can't you?
I know. To give me ideas, really, about doing something in Dubai.
Yeah, well, exactly. Why not?
Yeah.
There's loads of people down there who love Spanish football and love
Yeah.
Barcelona and Real Madrid. I must admit I like Real Madrid in the '90s. You know, with the Euro in
Oh, yeah.
midfield, and
But they hardly won anything on the European stage in the
Zidane,
90s, bro.
Zidane in midfield. You know,
Raul.
that team
Raul.
I like that team, but you know,
Raul. I loved Raul.
Raul, what a legend. You know,
Yeah.
fucking brilliant player. Yeah.
Um, Paul. Paul, hi, Paul. Hope you're well. Still buzzing off. Jesus.
Tell you what,
What a shock.
I've been talking about this Crystal Palace. I'm liking what Vieira's doing there. Vieira seems to be doing a good job. You know, he seems to be getting that club into good nick.
But it's not just Vieira. It's second-hand man, Austin Roberts. He's
Of
a
course,
massive part of that.
there's going to be more people involved, but Vieira's got a good idea about things, and
Yeah.
he's got the squad together there now. They're working well together. There's a harmony in the squad there, and they're playing well. They've got some good players. I really like that Olise. The
But Gallagher's some player. He's going to be some.
Gallagher's good, but that Olise or Elise or however you say his name, really looks like a really skillful, really going to be a really entertaining player. He's only 20 years old. Looks good. Looks like a real talent. You got the Eze as well, or Eze, whatever you say his name. He's another big talent there. But yeah, I mean, Vieira's got them playing well. I must admit, I didn't think he would last longer because he didn't do much of a job at Nice. I thought he was going to be like a quick in and out at Palace, a few games, lose a few games, and straight out on his arse. But he's done a good job, and Yeah, I think he's proved a lot of people wrong, Vieira, and they're looking
Yeah.
good. They played a good game. I saw the game yesterday against Everton. Frank Lampard seems to be in a real lump of mud
Yeah.
at the moment. He doesn't look. Frank Lampard looks a bit clueless, to be honest. You know,
What's he
is
thinking to
Lampard a good
himself?
manager? You know, at Chelsea had all those players and still, still struggled with all those players he had at Chelsea. Is he a really good manager? You have to maybe you have to
Well, in the interview, bloody, what did he say? Hang on. He said something like, I'm asking myself, have the players got a box for a relegation fight or something?
I mean, he came in with a reputation because he did a half decent job at Chelsea, but a half decent job at Chelsea with that squad, that's not really great, And then he comes into Everton, and I must admit, I was a bit surprised because of his lack of experience to come into a position that they were in. Because you've got to remember Benitez, even Benitez, you can say he failed. He didn't do a great job with Everton. And I know there's many reasons behind it. They've had injuries, internal issues. But at the end of the day, Benitez didn't do a great job. He couldn't get them really playing together, that team. And when you got Benitez, who is experienced as he is, and in my opinion, until his stint at Everton now, he's been a very good manager. When he fails and then you get someone in with that, virtually no experience in terms of Lampard, in that type of position, to bring him into that type of position where you need points, you need to salvage something. Very strange appointment, a really strange appointment for me.
But,
So, yeah,
but first of all, I thought Benitez was the wrong fucking appointment from the
possibly, yeah,
start. Should
possibly.
never gone there. Guy's a mercenary. Didn't give a flying fuck. Just waiting for his next
But
paycheck.
you've got to admit, Brownie is a good manager. He's done quite a few good things at various clubs. Benitez, what he did at Newcastle was great. Um,
See, Bruce finished higher than Benitez.
yeah, but it was Benitez who started the whole thing. Benitez also did a good job. Just ask Nathan, ask the Newcastle fans. They were very happy with him. Um,
And another thing as well, when Lampard was a contender for the job at Everton, there weren't many fucking other contenders
well, as you're
because the
saying, it seems to
fucking club
be.
is an absolute shambles.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't seem to be a very appealing position at the moment. But if I'm thinking, as an owner, and I want to salvage something from the season, I'm going to want to try and get in someone who at least is experienced. How he knows what they're doing in terms of been around the block a few times before. But you go and get Lampard, who's basically only had one proper job at Chelsea, which he didn't do very well. It just didn't make any sense.
Right, let's go. The guy travels the world for pussy.
Big up Cheddars.
Hi, Cheddars. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Right. Uh, Ben Stefan turned up in a Barcelona shirt. Pints for £8 at the O2 Macar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
can't
so did
remember
Arsenal as
Wembley.
well.
Yeah.
Arsenal's
Wembley was
fucking
like a
8 quid as
pint of
well.
pint for 15 quid or something.
Arsenal's fucking terrible as well. Fucking 8 quid a pint or something like that. It's a joke.
And it tastes like piss.
It is just water. Of course, it's watered down in it
Yeah.
to save on their cost, isn't it?
It's like a service station, isn't it? They got you. They got you. You can't go fucking nowhere
Exactly.
else.
It's like airports. You're out of the airport. You can't go
Yeah.
anywhere else, can you? That's it. You're fucked.
Yeah. Paul, agree, Ocean Roberts' father. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Apparently, how the friendship between Vieira and Ocean Roberts started. Most people, when they do it, coaching badges, do it in and around the Cardiff area, the Welsh FE. And Vieira went there, and Ocean Roberts was basically in charge of the classes, and that's basically how the friendship started. Really, Ocean Roberts was key behind Chris Coleman's success at Wales.
Interesting.
See Everton get relegated would be shocking, absolutely shocking, man.
I agree. Everton's
And
a
it's
big club.
close.
Look at them last season. Last season they were pushing high up on the table, and now this season they're just Nowhere.
I remember in 93, 94, that dodgy bloody game against Wimbledon, and that kept them up.
Yeah.
Apparently, bangs were going off.
Yeah, well,
Ask Bruce Grobbler.
Bruce Grobbler, yeah, what a character.
Poor Bishop. Yeah, yeah. They are great. They are great. You know, and they proper fans, Everton. Proper fans.
Yeah. No, I agree with Stefan. I've always viewed Everton as a big club. You know that. I mean, they're there in Liverpool's shadow, unfortunately, but they've still done some great things, and they've put up a great fight, and they've had some great players, and they've always been there. They've always been
Yeah.
there in the Premier League. And I mean, if they go down, I don't think they will. I think
I
they'll
don't think
stay
they
up.
will. I think the three they are gone now.
I think Watford look terrible, to be honest, in comparison, but. I think Watford's going to be the third team that goes down, in my
Uh,
opinion.
Stefan, I get pissed off with yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's like, how much more can we fucking suck out of the fans?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I remember. I'll tell you a
More.
story. I'll tell you a story. A quick story. Like about when you're at an airport. I remember in the old Oslo airport when we first moved over to Norway. There was an old airport in not far from the city centre. They built a new one later. But anyway, so I remember my dad used to travel quite a lot backwards and forwards, and I went out with my mum to meet dad at the airport, and in town where we was living, not far from Oslo, a glass of Coke, like I say it's about a normal glass of Coke, which would be like say under half a pint, right? Under half a
Yeah.
pint. Normally was about. I'm going back, and again, don't worry about English. Just think about the comparison I'm making now in terms of Norwegian prices. Don't worry about
Yeah.
English prices because it's different. But back then, that half a pint in Norway cost about the equivalent of about £1.50, something like that, roughly. And then we went to I'll never forget it. We went to the airport and we had to wait there a couple of hours because the flight, obviously, we found out was delayed. So I was like, "Oh, Mum, I'll just have a Coke." Okay, I'll just have a Coke. And it's about the same size. And it was fucking over 3.5 quid. It was like over double price. And my mum was like, "What? How much are you insane? How much is? I mean, that's it. You're at the airport. What can you do?"
Yeah. I know. I remember going, was it Wales away or something? And if we were going to Wales away, we'd be in the minibus. So, where it's like going in rounds. I fell, but it fell on me to the round at the airport.
Oh
Right?
God.
I know.
Yeah,
I
that's the
know.
one everyone tried to avoid, obviously, but you
I
couldn't.
know. I'm still paying for it. I'm sure I'm still paying for it. Right, on my Visa card. But then, and if I worked it out. The round cost me more than the fucking flight.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
it's a joke, absolute joke.
Paul said Palisade available Sellers Park 450. That's
Yeah, I mean,
good.
some of the grounds are still, half decent prices, but but Arsenal and a few of the others don't. It's just absolute crazy.
Yeah. But it's a taste. It's just it's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Bruce and Bang, surely not. Allegedly, he was found not guilty. Remember? I can't. Well, God knows how.
Yeah.
He was filmed. He was filmed taking a money
Yeah,
for
it's
God's
just very simple, isn't it? Really.
sake. 45 quid for some tour t-shirt. Well, hey, if you paid that, I'd be pissed off if you don't get a football brownie fucking hoodie, Stefan. I'll be honest with you. London is bad with Westminster 1982.
Oh,
My
that's the
dad.
worst. Around that area is the absolute
Yeah.
worst.
And another thing as well is foreign exchange in the UK. What absolute fucking rip-off.
Oh yeah, I'll never touch any of
Absolute
that.
rip-off.
Never touch any of that. No.
Right. What else can we go on about Sam? What else can we go on about? Right, let's go. Come on, let's go into this. Right, let's go into this.
Yeah, find a good story.
The Evening Standard. The Evening Standard, and I was on the tube earlier. I thought, I done the metro, going out to a destination. It was all right, bit of shit. And then Evening Standard then this evening.
Yeah.
So I come back. So a couple of stories that I'd like to talk about.
Right, here we go.
Right, and people in the chat, you can. Hang on, need to find it now. Back here now. There you go. Boris Becker. Right.
Boris Becker, yeah, he's skint, isn't he?
Right. Former tennis star Becker in court accused of not handing over trophies. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to read it all, but the last sentence, made me laugh. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Former tennis champion Boris Becker arrived in court today ahead of going on trial, accusing of failing to hand over trophies to settle his debts. Accompanied by his girlfriend, the former Wimbledon winner wore a smart shirt and walked towards Suffolk Crown Court. The 54-year-old commentator was declared bankrupt in June 2017. He's alleged not to comply with the obligations to disclose the information. Becker is said to have failed to hand over the trophies, including the 1985 men's singles champion title, which made him famous around the world overall. Right. He is also accused of removing hundreds of thousands of pounds by transferring it to other accounts, including his wife. Becker, who denies the offences, is facing a 3-week trial and of indictment of more than 20 counts of fraud. Now, the last, right? He will be assisted during the trial by a German translator.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, hang on, this guy fucking commentates for BBC, for fuck's sake, in English.
Yeah,
What the fuck does he need to, what does he need to translate? Probably on fucking taxpayers' money.
Oh, yeah.
How does that work, Sam?
No, it's I saw a bit of this in the news lately, and yeah, you're right. He's using an interpreter, and it looks terrible, of course, because he speaks English quite well. I would say he's pretty fluent. He's pretty fluent. He's been on the BBC talking tennis for many years. So yeah, it does look a bit silly, but I think maybe to his defense, there's two things to that, right? One of them makes himself look like more vulnerable, right? Like he needs more help. He's poor me. It's because I'm not English. I need to understand better. It's that angle. And also, I think when it gets maybe to legal jargon and things like that, maybe he prefers to have it in German in terms of legal jargon. But I agree. The overall picture it paints is not a good one. It looks pretty pathetic, to be honest. He's trying to make himself look pathetic. It's like that. It's like the classic the guy who's he knows he's guilty, but he tries to make himself look innocent by all of a sudden he's like he's injured himself. He's got a broken arm. He comes in on crutches or whatever to make himself look poorly to the jury or whatever.
I know. Okay. All right. What's the other one? Right. Ed Balls. I fucking hate Ed Balls. I really do. Ed Balls, who was a dancer, TV presenter, food writer, after losing his seat as an MP. And this is the type of MPs I do not like. Right? What snouts in a trough, willing to sell a backside just to keep themselves in the limelight and get the money coming in. Right? With midlife crisis, you go keep them going as long as possible. Balls like his wife is Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. and all of a sudden he's been offered sub-Saharan motorbike riding program. What the fuck, like? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
How do people enjoy that bloody kind of shit?
I don't know.
Fucking
It's
that those kind of MPs that can't keep their head down really piss me off, Sam.
I know it's there's so many of them that are just they're blatantly corrupt, aren't they? They just go for the money. They got all these different dealings going on and all of that. It's just disgusting. It really pisses me off. That they just can do what they like.
And that's it. That's it. The other one was Jared Bowen. He's
Oh yeah.
out for longer. Jared Bowen, West Ham. He's out for longer. I'll come back to the questions now, Jack. No worries, mate. Jared Bowen out for longer. They don't seem to know what the problem is. It's like a fracture or something.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually they're saying that he could well be out now in the next round of the Europa League, which I think is about 2 weeks, further 2 weeks.
Mm.
It does make you think, Sam, in this day and age of how can't medical teams bloody diagnose injuries? It's not the first time with West Ham.
Well, you gotta realize that sometimes it can be quite complicated, right? It can be. There are some things that are not as easily identifiable as others, and there can be certain things that happen that it's like there can be certain complications that you're not aware of and things like that. It's you got to remember that they've got good medical teams. All the top clubs have good medical teams. They've got good doctors. They've got access to the top medical support. So it's not. I don't think it's like, oh, they didn't know what they were doing. It's just a matter of, I think, what he's experiencing is probably quite complicated. They're not 100% sure what it is, because it could be several things or something like that, right? That's what I think.
Or is there a case of players not telling them when they're in fucking pain because they want to fucking continue playing, especially Jared Bowen when he was on such good form?
Yeah, there could be that. He's probably, maybe he might have, fibbed a bit to the physio staff and say, I'm okay, when maybe he wasn't. Yeah, there could certainly be an element of that. And now he's going to suffer from it in terms of,
Yeah.
it could be now, gone into a full blown injury, which could be a complicated one. Yeah, there could definitely be that involved. But some of these injuries, especially fractures, if there's a hairline fracture, sometimes it's very difficult to diagnose exactly how bad it is, because a hairline fracture can all of a sudden become worse.
Yeah.
There's a lot more in these things than we realize, from our
Yeah, I get it.
layman's perspective.
I get it. Right. We're all kicking off in the chat because I'm not bloody meant to talk. Right, okay, let's go back. Jack Bluebird, hi bud. Welcome to a Cardiff City preview and review videos. I am still trying to do them, Jack. The problem is, since I moved over to Dubai and the IPTV I'm having, it doesn't feature the red button. Now, the red button covers all the bloody championship games. I can only do. I'm struggling with streams, mate. I'll be honest with you. Do I want to become a customer again of Cardiff City TV? Not really, if I'm honest with you. Nothing about bloody watching Cardiff. It's about Cardiff City TV give me so many grey hairs with a crap fucking streams before. Do I want to go down that road again? What I probably will do, mate, let's wait until Sasha's over and she's settled. I probably will upgrade my IPTV and it'll be ready for next season. I don't know what else I can do. If I can't watch the game, I can't fucking do any watch-alongs. Do you know what I mean? Where are we? might have to beckon need. It is a joke. Bloody we do much to attract me to. Hey, no problem, man. They are, but I like doing them. Sam just reminds me all the time with my Mick McCarthy fucking impression.
What was that?
No, Jack says he misses my Cardiff City, reviews and everything, and you
Yeah.
always remind me of my Mick McCarthy impression. Hey up, hey up.
Yep, yep.
I was gonna. Never mind. Never mind. Anyways, have you heard anything from Nathan? I haven't, made it. I've heard people saying, "Oh, he's okay," but I don't know, mate.
Was he got busted laptop then? Is that why he's not coming on?
No, I think it's a bit more on that. But I thought that he would, I'm there to talk if. Anyway,
Yeah.
Ed Bowles. Oh yeah. Oh, and he's a Norwich fan as well, Stefan. That's why. Hey, Jack. Did you see a comment? Yes, I did. Just read it out. All these MPs are in it together. Too right they are. Too right they are. Boom, 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 boom. Got my sombrero. Ole! Ole!
Ole,
Ole!
ole, ole.
Is Brown not checking the chat? I just freaking did, you cheeky bastard. It is a bit of a delay, Jack. You will come to comment. Yeah, he was to say, calm the fuck down, Chad. You come.
Yep. Get your Ovis, your fucking brown Ovis.
Harry. Hi, Harry. Hope you're well. Yep. I know. I should have had one of them old-fashioned bikes, and just fucking walk past the bloody.
With a basket on.
Yeah. Hi, Harry. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Watch some Mick McCarthy's. I know. To be honest, they weren't funny when he was at Cardiff. They were fucking annoying, proper annoying. And I've seen. Yeah, we'll go on to it. Sam is he's on limited time, so I'll go on to it, Harry, when Sam leaves because there's nothing to do with Sam. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. But I saw that he's an Ipswich fan, isn't he? Stefan. I saw the Ipswich ladies are doing well, aren't they? The Ipswich ladies are doing well in the Women's FA Cup. I think they're doing quite well.
Well, I should focus a bit on women's football. I'll be honest with you.
Well, it's coming along. Let's be honest. It's a lot better now than what it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot there to be desired. There's still a lot of There's still
because I know like Ryan and Richard
skill, isn't there? There's some of the players are quite skillful, but a lot of them unfortunately are not still. And it lacks a bit of skill. And for me,
I know Ryan and Richard have done watch-alongs, but it would be tough.
For me, the major thing in terms of the big difference for me, of course, you got the standard things like the difference in pace, and like I said, there's some skill, difference as well. But for me, the big sticking point is the goalkeepers because, apart from maybe 2 or 3 decent goalkeepers, there's not a decent goalkeeper in women's football. They're just letting goals so easily. They're just letting simple little balls over their head, and you just watch them. They can't save anything for toffees. These goalkeepers, and it puts me off a bit. It's like it's a bit easy, but it's a lot better than it was 10 years ago. And it is, you can watch. I mean, I have seen some of the Arsenal ladies games this season. Just watch extended highlights, and it is. It can be quite entertaining, to be honest. It's a lot better. Like I said, it's a lot better than it was before.
When I went to the party in the Czech embassy. I did speak to. They have a Czech international, women's Czech international playing for West Ham, and she was there because you remember then, Sam. It should have been the party should have been a week before.
Yeah.
And Peter Cech was going to be there, very Souček, Kufau, and because Ambassador COVID, they had to delay it a week.
Mm.
So they had to go back to training, but there's a Czech international playing for West Ham women's team. And I did have a chat with her. Maybe I should bring her on, do a podcast with her, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's sure. Why not reach out to people who, you know, a lot of people are probably interested in that. You know, definitely. You know, it's the women's game is becoming more and more popular. You see that there's more and more fans involved with the women's game every year now. So, you
Yeah.
know, definitely you see there's more money going into it. They've got more sponsors. They're, you know, you see the stadiums are filling up more and more. You know, it's it's definitely getting more and more popularity.
Harry, I will be acknowledging that, but after Sam, so chill out. We will go on that. Right. Stefan says we lost yesterday to West Ham, but he done well. And you know, he made a comment about how good they're looking. Cheddars, will football have to make a goal smaller?
Yeah, so it's like I said.
There's an argument to say that about kids football as well, if I'm honest with you.
I see Bargav's in the chat. Big up Bargav.
Bargav is coming in a lot now.
I haven't seen you for a long time, Bargav. Hope you're well, mate.
How's downtown Miami?
Oh, Miami, yeah, nice place to go visit.
Oh, I got married there,
didn't I? You got married. I know, yeah. You've been to Miami as well, yeah.
Fucking I wish I didn't make that fucking flight, that's for sure. Really high as naughty. We got Sam. Enjoy watching one. Okay, hey. I'm open-minded. Let's check it out. Sam, did you watch the Carlton Palmer interview?
I have unfortunately not watched all of it yet. Like I said, I watched the first 10 minutes or so, and I'd tell you what, you know, I'll give you kudos. Carlton Palmer is a big name in football, actually. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, he's not Pele, but you know, it's a, you know, he's a top professional, and it's fascinating. You know, you've done very well, but I've got to give you credit where it's due, and it's very interesting.
Sam giving me credit, fucking
yeah. Carlton Palmer, you know, he's a world for he's for people who watched football in the 90s. You know, people are a bit older, like you and me. Unfortunately, you know, we're not young pups anymore. You know, we grew up watching football I grew up with, you were just a bit before me, late 80s, then 90s. When me, I was more the whole 90s. I didn't get the late 80s bit. But yeah, Carlton Palmer was a name in the 90s, and I watched him, you know, for Sheffield. I remember him Leeds. I remember especially Sheffield Wednesday.
I think his best stage was Sheffield Wednesday.
Especially the two games, the two cup finals. Sheffield Wednesday versus Arsenal, the FA Cup final, the League Cup final in '93. I mean, the night that he played against the Arsenal lads, you know, and to see him talking to you, for me, it's just, you know, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. You know, it's a well done with that.
Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday lost those cup finals against Arsenal. They won the League Cup a couple of years ago. I didn't realise that he was actually suspended for that League Cup final.
Was he? Right. Okay.
So the one they won, he was suspended.
Yeah.
Couldn't take part. Yeah. And he lost the two and then I got
unlucky. You know, it was Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, what's the chance of that? You get the same team in both finals. And the FA Cup final, as you probably remember back then, still they went to replay. So the final, you know, they didn't go to penalties. So there was an FA Cup final replay, and it was in the replay that Linegan scored in the last minute of extra time.
Right, I'm just going to bring this up first. Hi, Bobby. Hope you're well. I know that you've been making comments and on previous videos as well. You warned about Nathan. What did you expect? Nathan, I haven't done anything, man. I haven't done anything. So what was I warned about Nathan for? However, Bobby, I'm not going to ban you from a channel for a minute. Hold fire until later on, and I appreciate it because he come back and he said, what else did he say? Should I listen? No, no, no. Hold fire, Bobby. Right? Tell you what, you will be surprised. Probably not surprised. I don't know, but just hold fire, and I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Ban you from a channel because I want you and I want others to watch what I'm gonna fucking do later. There you go. I'm giving her a fucking big one, Sam.
Uh,
Uh, right, I'm giving her a fucking big one.
but yeah, we was talking about Carlton Palmer, and yeah, well done
Yeah.
for having him on.
Oh,
What a player he was. He played for England as well. I mean, you got
yeah.
England international, played for England in the mid-90s. On your channel. It's brilliant.
I know, and I really do hope. I really do hope it opens a few more doors now. I really
Yeah,
do hope that.
yeah.
Because he's very proactive on social media. And he talks a lot to other former players. So I know that he shared the interview out. So I'm hoping that could have a positive knock-on effect. You never know. Brownie only gets him. I'm surprised how big a name Brownie can attract for these interviews. Well, you know, it, it's all. If I'm honest with you, Sam, you know how long it can take to, to get these people confident in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a long time because they're busy. They're not really sure who you are. It can take a while to get them interested. Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
when we first went on YouTube, it was for that fucking idiot Arsenal fan. And remember, he had who did he have now? Nigel Winterburn or someone, wasn't it? And they
Yeah, that
all
was
proper kicked off.
Sonny. Remember Sonny?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They all proper
Oh
kicked
my
off,
god!
didn't
Even halfway sort of didn't mean to, but he sort of halfway slagged him off. On his own channel. I mean, Jesus Christ! That Sonny, my God, that guy didn't have. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
I know. Someone asked me a few days ago have I heard from Sonny. I said no, and thank fuck I haven't,
No,
to be
Sonny.
honest.
Sonny has well, as far as I'm aware, he hasn't showed up again. Yeah, in any of the social media things I've seen or on YouTube for
And
for for a long, long time now. And I think that's for the best. That's for the best, really, because
and you know what? You know
he
what? What?
struggled a lot with his mental health, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to mention some person because I seen him the other day in a chat. But Bobby's actually mentioned him. Sam, do you still talk to Nitesh after you was Steph on Brownie? He was in a fucking chat the other day,
Yeah,
and the first thing I thought,
who's his Bobby, and why
I don't know,
I
mate. To
mean,
be honest, I don't
and
know.
why do we care? I mean, listen,
No,
Bobby.
no, no. But I was going to mention it, right? He turned up in a fucking chat the other
Yeah,
day.
but I just want to say to Bobby, whoever you are, whoever my friends are, doesn't concern you, Bobby. It doesn't concern Steve. It doesn't concern anyone. I have the friends I want to have that I base my experiences on, right? So you have your friends, Bobby, whoever you are. I have my friends. Don't tell me who I should like or not like.
Oh,
I'm not
I
going to
don't
tell
think he
you
said
who you
that.
should
He
like or not like, right?
did he say
And
that though?
and just going into chats and talking and chatting the way you do about all. Are you a 10-year-old? What are you, a 10-year-old boy?
Well, I tell you what.
I
I
mean,
tell
come
you what.
on.
I think you may. All right. Okay. No more of this. It'll be later on, right?
No, I'm just saying it's just it's you got
I know,
adults
but
who go
it's
into the
YouTube
chat
or stuff,
saying,
isn't it?
"Oh, he likes you and he doesn't like you. Why don't you like him and why do you like?" Well, I mean, it's like you're back in preschool.
Yeah, it's YouTube,
Jesus
wasn't it?
Christ. But yeah, let's forget Bobby and all that and just move on. Let's go on to
And Stefan said, "Oh fuck it." That's
yeah,
a
no,
right way to go
it's
about
just
it.
stupid, absolutely stupid. Just anyway. So who else you working on anyone else to get on your channel at the moment, or?
I am, but because of certain haters,
Oh, okay.
um, I I I wouldn't even read any of them.
Yeah,
Until because what happened with Sunny, remember, is
yeah,
that was it that Nigel Winterburn fucking interview? He was having Nigel Winterburn was that because he's having loads of fucking people messaging him. Don't bother going there. He's a fucking
yeah.
idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sonny couldn't get anyone on. He had Kevin Campbell on another time as well. And
Yeah,
and he actually pissed off Kevin Campbell as well because
I
he
know.
said he didn't because Sonny had this way of he was joking, but at the same time you could feel like maybe it wasn't a joke, because you didn't really you didn't really get he could be a bit difficult to read.
Yeah,
And he had Kevin Campbell on, and he said he was talking about the Arsenal, the Arsenal boys or whatever, the team. They said, yeah, and Arsenal have had some great strikers,
I
not,
remember this.
not you, Kevin, but you know.
I remember
And
this.
Kevin, I tell you what, even though Sonny, obviously, I think it's quite obviously he didn't mean to say that, to offend him, but Kevin didn't take it nicely. You could see his face was like, "What? What are you saying?"
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I am working on it. It can take months. So but we'll see. That's all we can do is try. That's all I
yeah,
can do is try. You know, um, and take it from there really.
yeah,
So you can put good word in if put good word in Kevin Campbell, or I try and put good word in Ken Campbell. It's not really the
yeah,
Arsenal. Everyone has heard about his days at Arsenal, obviously, because that's who he supports. But it'd
yeah.
be interesting to hear stories about when he was playing in Turkey and playing for Everton as well. He was,
He's got something. I tell you what, you want the stories. Yeah, if you ever get him on, he'll probably go through that with you. But if you want to see him talk about his time in Turkey, which is absolutely amazing, he did
yeah,
that on was it Under the Kosh or whatever it was, or that the one, yeah, one
yeah,
of those
yeah,
podcasts he was on. He went through his career and he talked about his time in Turkey, and that was absolutely mental. My God, absolutely mental. And by the way, I'm not sure what it looks like now, but not long ago, his team he went and played for, I think it's Trabzonspor, whatever they're called.
yeah,
They're the best team in Turkey. They were at the
yeah, yeah.
they still are.
They're on track to win their first title in about 20 years or something, aren't
Yeah, they've been doing
they?
well.
Yeah, we are, mate. We are.
Yeah,
That's when we first met each other, Sam, wasn't it, on Sunny's channel.
yeah. That's where we first met. Yeah,
Uh, Brownie with even Dybala. I don't know, mate. Dybala's a weird one to figure out, really. Um,
yeah. He's like, is he really that good? I mean, is he? He can be good. Sometimes he's not that good.
and he seems to be happy not playing.
He's got the talent, but it's just like I don't know. Just it'd be different. It'd be different. I like I wouldn't spend a lot of money on him. Let's put it that way. It'd be a bit of a chance to take.
Uh, Sunny had like a shooting from big. All right, honestly, if you'd some of his WhatsApp fucking messages, he had more than a fucking Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. But with some yeah, and ego, yeah. But in all fairness, I mean, I'm sure Sam will back me up on this. Ego put up with a hell of a lot
Oh
behind the
yeah.
scenes, a hell of a lot.
He did. He put up with a hell of a lot with Sonny. Definitely, that's where Gal got his experience with YouTube and his sort of like his first little step in the door
Yeah, and
with
he
Sonny.
sold it. He sold the channel, and for 2000, didn't he?
And
To
then
we named it the Arsenal Lounge. Is what's
they
his
sold
name?
it to that Lavanja guy.
Yeah,
That guy. Yeah. And then he went. He went
who, who been
then he
in my
went. And then
chat?
he went on to take on Claude and all of that. Because all he wants is clout. That's all he wanted.
Yeah,
Went and bought Claude's channel. Well, got in with them.
Hang on. You like this now? Hang on. Is what we were talking about the other day.
Oh, you sent something, have you?
Yeah. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. I hope you're well.
Really?
I've had your message.
Where'd you send it?
No. It was. I had your message, right? And I'll be on. I'm going to be completely on. And Sam may feel a bit thing on this, but this is honest to God now. Honest to God, you know. Um, I I try to help other channels out, and I expect the same in return. Reason why I've cancelled my membership for your channel is because you've had a month to be a member of mine, and you haven't. I know we're only talking a couple of quid, but that's the only reason in which I cancelled my membership. Um, I've asked you for months if you fancy coming on the channel and we have a chat, and it's all no problem. It never happens. Sorry, Sam. I know I'm putting you in an awkward situation. I do apologize, man.
No, it's your channel. You say what you
No, I
want.
know that. I know that. Maybe I should have. Uh, anyway, right. Sam, do you want to make a move, and then I'll have a
Yeah, I'll probably head off now.
I'll have
'Cause
a proper rant, and you
you can
piss
have
yourself
you
laughing.
can have your rant in peace then, without having to worry
Yeah.
about me.
You piss yourself laughing. I swear to God, you
Oh
will.
god!
Right.
All
I
right,
tell you
well,
what. Hold the fort for 5 minutes. Let me have a shit,
oh, here we
and
go.
then I'm gonna have a proper rant. Then, yeah.
All right then. Well,
All
yeah,
right.
but I'll wait till you come back until I go then. Anyway, so here I am on Brownie has his mandatory shit, as he always has to have a couple times through his podcast. Got to wonder what's wrong with yeah his body, but there's something that's not right. Anyway, how you guys doing in the chat? Oh, it's got some regulars here. That's good. Stefan demands a Real Madrid rant. Yep, definitely. But Real Madrid, their history is so full of fucking shady business, honestly. I mean, propped up by government money, royal money, all that money they spent, fucking billions through the years on transfers, just doing what they want. My God. Galacticos and all of that. Yeah. About time they had a bit of comeuppance, to be honest, with their struggling a little bit, but they always find a way out, don't they? There's always some people willing to get them sorted. Yeah. You got Barcelona, all that debt, they still manage to find money to buy players because they can get loans on the never never because of their standing, and obviously there's some behind the scenes agreements going on. They can just get loans, whatever they want, really. But that's what I wonder. What's the point of financial fair play? Honestly, I mean, it's a joke, isn't it? So why do clubs worry about financial fair play now when Manchester City have shown that you can just appeal the decision and basically, get the decision repealed if you've got good enough lawyers who can, point to enough holes in the legalities of it all. And then you got Barcelona, who are basically, over €1 billion in debt. Shouldn't really be able to do anything really, but no, there they go, loaning hundreds of millions again from various consortiums so they can keep paying wages and buying players. The system's completely rigged, but Here we have these laws, regulations, financial fair play, just absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Yeah. See what you guys are saying in the chat. What we got here? Dodgy loans for Real Madrid. Yeah, they got dodgy loans as well. It's the same with them. Look, all that stadium. They're refurbing their stadium now. It's not cheap. Huge amount of money they spent on that.
Okay.
Yep. Righty-o then. I'm going to say thank you for having me on.
Listen, many thanks. You know I hate doing shows on my own.
Well, it's always better to have someone. It's always better to have someone on to have a laugh with. It always is. So.
I know.
Anyway,
and
enjoy your run.
Well, I'll give you a call a couple of days. Look.
Yeah.
Until I get back, and I'll give you a call a couple of days.
Yeah, I want to have a chat. Actually, I want to have a chat with you about something. So I'll give you. Yeah, when we give me a call in a couple of days. We'll have a little chat.
No worries. All okay with regarding the thing we spoke about a couple of days ago, the Philippines, yeah?
Yeah, I said I need to get it. I haven't got it confirmed yet. What's going on? But as soon as I do have it confirmed, like I said, first week of April is when I should know. For sure what's going on. So in the first week of April, we can get back to that subject. Then definitely,
it'll be a watch along.
We can talk about it then. Yeah, and if it actually happens and you actually come over there and meet me over there and everything, I'll tell you what, we could turn that into an epic watch. I promise you, absolutely promise you, because there's we can have a laugh with that.
I'll start putting a seed in Sasha's mind tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And then
you can turn that into a lovely holiday with her as well. Of course you can.
I know.
So, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
Many thanks, Sam. Much appreciated.
Have a good one, everyone in the chat.
Love you to bits.
Guys.
Love you to bits. Speak to you soon. I do love Sam. Let's go on a chat for a minute. I noticed that a few guys have, and I didn't have my opportunity to answer any of your questions. Ryan, I'm not having a go, mate. I'm not having a go. It has annoyed me. I'll be honest with you. I'm not having a go. Quite happy to become a member again. But it's working with each other, not against each other, man. Bobby is fine, mate. Fine, no worries at all, man. I demand a Real Madrid rant. Well, I'm going to have Samara Hunter have a chat with her. I'm sure that it will be a bit of a rant going on there, I think. Because it was diabolical yesterday. Absolutely diabolical. Top 4. What games are going to come? What games is it going to come down to? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Done well tonight. All this time we're going for Lou. I went before we started, mate. That's why we were late. That's why late. It's to be a I know. I did go before we started. Can't stand them. Right, okay. Oh yeah, you're on about the dodgy loans, aren't you? To are they dodgy though? Are they dodgy? Look, governments in any country, when they give loans out, as long as they have the loan back plus interest, that should be a good thing, because it's more money. Then they will get more money back than what they forked out, and then so they basically, it helps raise money to spend on national health, health, education, and all that. So, with regarding Barcelona is different kettle of fish because Madrid don't give Barcelona money. That's down to the Catalan. That's down to the Catalan government. But Madrid and Barcelona, such big, massive attractions. They're basically tourist attractions. The amount of people who would travel to either Madrid or Barcelona, or if they were playing away in other areas of Spain, that benefits, financially, the city of Madrid, the city of Barcelona, the city of, I don't know, Malaga, if they played in Malaga, Seville, if they played Sevilla. It is a tourist attraction. So whilst you say they are dodgy loans, they're probably financially beneficial loans for the Spanish population or the Spanish taxpayer. We don't really have that. We don't really have those types of tourist attractions as football clubs in. I don't think we do. Would you? Would you? I know that you go to a Premier League club, and there's a big percentage now of, they call it tourist fans, but I don't think it's on the volume as the amount of people who would go to Spain on holiday and they go up and watch Barcelona. I think that's 10, 20 times more tourist fans. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? No. No. You did not prove that you cheated. The leaked information shows that you proved. How can both clubs win so much debt? As Browning, no, I've shot. Right. Regarding the debt, basically, what Barcelona have done. Real Madrid are not in as much debt as Barcelona, but Barcelona have always been edging on the brink for quite a while, and they've just been switching their loan providers basically. And they very much like Man United, right? They've been switching a loan provider, so they've got a longer term to pay off loans. However, in the long term, it may be longer to pay off, but there's more interest. You're paying more. You're paying more out at the end of the period. So, is that a good thing? Basically, in my opinion, it's just kicking a can down the road. I do know the moment when Newcastle, the Saudi owners in Newcastle were turned away by the Premier League. I do know because I was out in Spain at the time. I was working in the media over there. Both clubs had teams to go over to Saudi, basically with a begging bowl, and yeah, as a result, Real Madrid women got sponsored. I mean, Real Madrid women. You're talking Saudi Arabia, who up until last year never allowed women to drive a fucking car. So they did have sponsorship deals out of it. Both clubs did have sponsorship deals out of it, but kind of like, I think Real Madrid now have got working with Saudi government to have a Real Madrid like a fun fair, or so yeah, that's business, I suppose. That's business, I suppose. I want to bring this one up. Nathan, I can't come back. But Nath, listen. Just give me a call. That's all I'm asking. Give me a call. Right? Forget about, I just, you give me no bloody information, mate. the guys in the chat will tell you, and the guys Denver and that, I've been fucking shitting myself. So, listen, give me a call. I did reply to you, Brownie. Don't think I've had it. I don't think. We'll talk about it after this, if that's all right. We'll talk about it after this, if that's all right. But yeah, no worries. So, maybe I shouldn't have said it but it did get to me because obviously in live shows and live chats, I shows that I was a member, and it didn't the other way around. That's all. No, that was 2004. Brownie had nothing to do with it. Yeah, but the thing is, or AWAS, is that Man City had their bloody training ground sponsored. It's very much like many clubs sell on their grounds now in the Championship, or they did before they put a stop to it. Oh, AWAS says no in his. Oh, right, hang on then. Let's get him out of the way. Yeah, you're right. Cheers, AWAS, for giving me the heads up there. Hang on, man. Anyone going to get rid of him? No. There you go. Right. Let's get on to my response of what fucking happened or what I heard, and I did have to watch it. I know Harry's probably he was laughing his head off. I know a few people did contact me throughout the day. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Yeah, basically, let me give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me give you the truth. Now, how are you sitting? Are you sitting comfortably? Are you sitting comfortably? Right? Because, oh, jeez. I tell you what, the Bullshit with Brownie show will be the accurate as fuck Brownie show after this. So, are you sitting comfortably, people? I need you to tell me, are you sitting comfortably before I go on? Fucking Jackanory. I know he was fucking Jackanory. Fucking hell, unbelievable. But before we go any further, I know that there are people who like both our channels. No problem at all. You can watch wherever you want. We live in a free world. I'm not the one who used to threaten subscribers if they were found out that they were watching me. So okay. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, right. Earlier on, the return of the other channel came, which I thought was I thought it was 2 weeks, to be honest, because I know that he's had a week ban, which was around about 2 months ago. That was around about 2 months ago, and he put it down to work-related, I think it was, work-related. And then all of a sudden, his second ban came. However, he put it down to having COVID. I couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, remember now, 2 weeks is 14 days, yeah? I keep that in mind. Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't move. I don't wish it on anybody. But one thing, though, and you need to keep this in mind as well. But one thing though, the channel has been sabotaged by me and Nathan because the modernization or monetization has been banned until the first week of April. Right, so keep that in mind as well. Right. Before we go any further, now people in the chat who have got the got YouTube fucking channels would back me up on this, and Ryan would back me up on this as well. Right? Let's put one thing out there. Right? YouTube would not suspend your monetization without also putting a ban on you. That is fact. You don't just have one, you have the ban, and he is on his second ban. Now, with YouTube, how it works, 3 strikes and you're out. Okay, the first one is a week ban. You can't upload things for a week. The second one is a 2-week ban. You can't upload. Third time, you've gone. You're absolutely gone. Now, remember COVID? You couldn't get out of bed, remember? 14 days. Even if you went 14 days from today, right? Although, so 14 days, if you went from it today, would be what? 8th, is it? 8th. But yet, he said that he was going to do a watch along yesterday, which I need to start sharing these now. Okay. Right, there you go. Right. Let's look at my old friend Social Blade for a minute. Right. This is his month's bloody figures. Now, my theory is that on the 4th, he probably had the ban, or the 5th at the push, he had the ban, because the numbers after that, friggin' shocking. He even go down to like 54. Right? So you're probably looking at either the 4th or the 5th. Right? Now, I'm predicting the 2-week ban would be, because he said he could have done a watch along yesterday, probably the 18th or the 19th. Right? Keep that in mind. Because we all know that this bloody online rag of his, Global 247 News, is only him with one hand typing away, and the other hand, I'm not even going to tell you where the other hand could well be. Okay? So he's all in bed, can't move, got COVID, wouldn't wish it on anybody, but yet under people's names, he's still doing poison fucking stories on every day almost on Global 247. But yet he was in bed. Couldn't get out of bed. Still not feeling rough. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you what the background of it of the story, background of this band could well be. Right? On the 8th of March, I will read this to you. On the 8th of March, he done a story which he mentioned my mum again and my ex-wife Lisa, and it got to me. So with the help of Nathan showing me screenshots, I will read you an email. I copied him in, on it because he always claims that the police have never fucking contacted him. And I sent it to the copper from before. So here we go. Dear Louise, right? And people who have donated to that channel, right? Whether it is once, twice, remember, ever since August, September, he has been claiming that all donations go to charity. Just remember that. And also remember of the shit he gave Nathan. Right? Just remember. So, Louise is the name of the policewoman, of the investigating policewoman from before. Dear Louise, hope it finds you well, and I bet you thought you'd never hear from me again. But I'd like to report criminal activity by Mr. Steve Day, which is technically fraud. Yes, I know we did talk about this previously, but having asked Mr. Day on many occasions for proof of monies going to a named charity, he has failed to produce any written evidence and not even a basic bank account or bank statement, which could easily back up his apparent nice monthly gesture. Let me give you a bit of background on my claim. From August 2021, Mr. Day stated on numerous occasions that any financial donations or paid membership subscriptions towards his YouTube channel would be passed on to a named charity of his at the end of each month, in receipt of a monthly payment he gets from Google, who own YouTube. As time went by, I have to admit Mr. Day was very successful in generating funds as people, including myself, fell for this apparent nice gesture by him. However, I'm now led to believe that Mr. Day failed to pass any monies on during the months of August, September, October, November, and I now believe that he made a minimal payment at the end of December simply because at the time I called him out and I raised my concerns. Therefore, I am requesting the involvement of Avon and Somerset Police to investigate this matter, as I'm absolutely convinced that fraud has gone on and many people, including myself, at the time was conned by Mr. D. Louise, as I'm sure you know, I have video footage of him stating that all income would go to the charity and also written conversations requesting the physical evidence of raised funds being passed on. So there you go. I went on to Nation Core, changed my number, but I've also copied Mr. D and witnessed Mr. Nathan Johnson. Right, and we are talking about hundreds, if not thousands, of missing money at a time. Now, one of the reasons why, I welcome Nathan back into, the community. Come on. One of the reasons why I welcomed. Hang on, before I go into that. That was dated the 8th of May. So the police knew about the 8th of May, right? He got suspended, let's be completely honest, right? He got suspended. Have the police contacted YouTube and said, we have allegations against the money in which you were forwarded on to Steve Day? Don't know, right? But this is another thing as well. This is another thing, right? Because this is plain fucking hypocrisy. During that fucking show early on, he stated that monetization has been stopped because of invalid traffic. Now, he claimed that he was clicking on his own adverts. However, and many people who have YouTube channels will confirm this. What is an invalid click activity? Basically, it's any activity that doesn't come from a real user. Real user. It can include fraudulent and artificial ways to boost ad revenue for videos, amongst others. Hang on now. No, hang on. Remind me again. People. Who was it who was claiming for months, right? Who was it that claimed that I was buying fucking subscribers and views? But yet, he dropped a bollock because he stated exactly the reason why YouTube has stopped his monetization. Now, I will say, YouTube would not stop your monetization without banning you. That is a fact. Okay, that is a fact. So, isn't it strange? The two attacks he always goes on. He always goes on a front foot. Me, apparently fucking buying subs. And Nathan for doing that stupid fucking charity raffle. Yet, on those two occasions, or those two subjects, he didn't forward, and we are talking thousands. Nathan has shown me information, show screenshots really of the type of funding we're talking. We're talking thousands, right? So thousands that didn't go to the charity of his choice every month, and now YouTube has stopped his, according to him, stopped his channel, his monetization because of dodgy activity, basically. Now, pot kettle black. They do say, don't they? Sometimes the guilty person is the person who's alleging things. Unbelievable. The police have got back in contact with me. They have, my issue before was that I was too loose with my mouth, and that's why they pulled back on pressing charges against him. So I'm going to be very tight-lipped on this. That was my original email. Okay, he did then, right? Remember the dates now, right? He did then come back with bollocks. We had another, I'm not going to go into, but we had another, he replied. So when he was replying, it was after the date in which he claimed he was in fucking bed with COVID, couldn't get up, couldn't do this, couldn't do that. But yet he was responding to me, giving me shit on an email. He was writing fucking for Global 247 because it's only him, no one else. Right? And if you can't see the fucking truth of what's actually gone on, I'm sorry, you're fucking blinded. You are absolutely blinded. I know that there's a certain person who I've been talking to behind the scenes. I wouldn't name him, right? And he is kind of like, he doesn't want to believe it. He doesn't want to believe it. But then when I'm giving him, he just unbelievable. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been on that channel since. But bear with me, guys. Calm down. I need a fucking pee and a new drink as well. There you go. It's on new drink. Bear with me. Right, let's go in the chat first. And another thing as well, right? If people want to slag me off in chat room, that's up to them. That's up to them. If you want to slag me off in other people's chat rooms, that's up to them, right? But do me a favor, guys, right? Do me a favor. Please don't bloody play one off against the other. You know, and you come to me and you tell me exactly what's been going on, right? In an ideal world, I want to move on, right? Because his mindset is unraveling, right? Unraveling in front of our own eyes, right? But I don't appreciate people coming, you know, messaging me and saying, "Look, have you seen what he's bloody doing?" And then looking in the chat room of the other channel, and it's like the same person. Have you seen what bloody Brownies up to? You know, it's shit stirring. There's enough fucking anger and hate between us, between me and him, to last a fucking lifetime. Okay. Now, all I ask is just let things play out, and also ask yourself a question. And I put this to everybody, whether you hate me, like me, think I'm a wanker or whatever. Just ask yourself one question. With all the allegations that's gone on, with all the, rumors he spread, allegations, not just me, my ex-wife, and my mum as well, ask yourself one question. Has he ever backed up those allegations with evidence? Has he ever done it? I'm backing up all my allegations with evidence. It all the timeline matches, doesn't it? We see on Social Blade the moment in which his views stopped dropping, like bang, it happened there. The two, he already went a week off a couple of months ago. That was probably his first strike. His second strike is 2 weeks, right? And yet he was still working on Global 247 and still willing to email me fucking abuse. Email me fucking abuse. And let's not hide away from this fact, right? Remember when he messaged Sam Greenwood because from that one. I'm trying to find it now. No, I can't find it. And I have got it. I've got it in writing. Got it in writing. Because he kept me up Dubai time about 8 o'clock in the morning. Ping, 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 fucking email. Drunk he was. But what he did say is that he'll hunt my mum down. My mum works in a shop in Merthyr Town Centre. I won't name it. Right? She works in a charity shop. Right? But what he did say, he'd hunt my mum down until he finds her. My mum's fucking... Shake hands, mate? No way. Absolutely no way. That guy lost me a work contract, man. Absolute no way. The guy's a fucking grass because he wanted a cheap laugh. Absolute no way. Rot in fucking hell, I hope he does. And you know what? After figuring out exactly this fucking charity thing, you see, right? On that night in which he kept me up, I counted it 18 times. I asked him in writing, show me evidence that you forwarded money for these months to that charity. He couldn't. He couldn't. He couldn't. Oh, yeah, slander. Slander. The police have, if that is him, I don't know if it is, but if it is him, slander, I'll tell you what then. Prove it. Prove it. When's the boxing match? Oh, yeah, this boxing match. Right? This boxing match. You wanted me to put 15k up and him put nothing. And yet, having looked into it and talked to people who, it would be probably raising about 4 or 5k maximum. This is a guy, remember, who didn't pay me on 2 occasions for my work. So what was he going to do with the 11k left over then? Oh, there you go. New story published tomorrow. Go for it, my friend. Go for it. Fucking hell. Do you really think people believe that crap now? This is a thing, you see. Oh, it's a new story. But because many of his YouTube fucking watchers don't read that Global 247 bollocks, he claims that I haven't done anything. Fuck off, mate. You are an absolute gobshite. And you know what? And I'm saying this on behalf of the people you conned. Because I'm convinced you conned it because you not give the... Where is the bank statement that clearly shows monthly payments for August, September, October, November to that charity? You had a charity fundraiser one day, right? You had a charity fundraiser, and it is claimed, it's claimed, that on that fundraiser alone, you raised over 400 quid. So where's that money gone? And remember, you know that we have text messages from you. We have screenshots. We know to a penny how many. We know to a penny how much was raised every month. We also have text messages from you clearly stating on your first payment from YouTube, you give it to Deb to do a food shop. But yet, hang on. I thought that money was going to charity. You have the nerve to constantly have a go at Nathan. But the volume and the amount of funds we were talking about would what? Be times 5 of what Nathan fucked around with? You know the police are onto you, man. And you know what? I'm fucking glad. Listen, I'm quite happy to hold my hands up and apologize. Right? In emails to the police with him copied in, he has still not produced any evidence, any bank statement. He produced a letter, thank you very much. Anyone can do some fucking email, right? He has not produced any financial document clearly proving that money went to the charity at the end of each month. You know yourself, right? YouTube normally pay around about the 23rd, 24th, right? So you have a week then until the end of the month. Where is that money? Where is that money? And it's very interesting that the very time in which I bring it up with the police, all of a sudden his monetization has been frozen. You know, it's got absolute guilt written all over it. Did say, yeah, that's how he got to me, and he got to my mum really. He uses a couple of fake Facebook profiles because he gets banned all the time from Facebook for spamming the Global 247, and basically that's what he does. To get the clicks, he would put the global story in like Merthyr, Cardiff, bloody local Facebook fucking things, But the thing now, he's done so many of these fucking fake stories that people don't believe him anymore. If he just left it at 1 and 2, probably done more damage, but he done so many now, people just don't believe him anymore. Mate, he lost me a contract annually worth 25k. If that's not damaging someone's life, I don't know what is. I haven't done anything. Right, bear with me. I need to calm down a bit. But what do you think? Am I right in what I'm proving? Guys, am I right in what I'm proving? Right? He was in bed with COVID, but yet he can still send me poisonous emails. He can still write Global 247 news. Remember, it's only him, right? He claimed then that YouTube stopped the monetization, but he wasn't banned, right? But yet that doesn't happen. And then it all happens, this sudden drop in views because he was banned, all happens on the same date in which I raised my concerns about the dodgy charity fucking money not going to the charity. Did the police contact YouTube? I don't know. You guys, you tell me what am I going completely off track here? But I know him. I know him. I seen. The thing is, he knows I have more evidence. He knows I have more evidence, which I haven't published yet, or which I haven't shown the police yet. That's why he's shitting himself, if I'm honest with you. Bear with me. Seven, it does my head in, mate. It does my head in. Right? But what also does my head in, mate, is fucking hypocrisy. And you know what? I'm being told all the time lies, pathological liar, pathological this, pathological that, right? And he's been found out again. He's been found. Oh, I got COVID. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. Fucking COVID. Fucking hell. Got COVID, but you can still fucking write poison fucking stories in Global 247. You can. This is a man who threatened to fucking hunt my mum down in every shop in Merthyr right? He's been found out with this charity thing, and he knows that he knows we have the numbers to the penny of how much that channel raised each month, and he knows that there's no way he can create banking financial documents which would match those figures. And also remember, right, the charity would have to confirm those figures to the penny was received. He knows. He's fucked, man. He's absolutely fucked. The thing is, right, guys, right? I know you're on about we used to be mates. We used to be really good mates. We used to be really, really good mates, and a great laugh. But I knew I should not have introduced him to fucking YouTube because I knew he would go down this avenue. I knew he'd go down this avenue, right? And when he first started that channel, right? When he first started that channel, I was introducing him to other YouTubers, and I'm not going to mention names, but I was introducing him to other YouTubers. I said, look, work together. This is why I'm annoyed with Ryan, to be honest, but work together and everyone will prosper. It's different to business. YouTube channel is different to business. In business, I remember I'd walk over my fucking gran if it made me have that fucking contract. YouTube is different. You need to collaborate with other people, get to know them. You can bounce off each other ideas. You can, right? But he never got that. And I know the people in which I was introducing him to, YouTubers I was introducing him to, within a day or two, he'd then do his homework, watch their channels. One of them had over 50,000. And he said to me, right, I'm going to fucking take that channel out. I said, what you are? I'm going to take that channel out. No, you work with people. You don't fucking try and take them out. I knew it was a bad idea not introducing him to YouTube, that's wrong. But giving him the idea of setting up his own channel. No. Because I knew, having known his previous on Cardiff City forums and so on, you can go on to Knees Up Mother Brown, the West Ham forum. Right? He's fucking, some of the screenshots I've been having of people saying, have you fucking seen it? Like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, giving people grief, calling them all a cunts. Yeah, we were funny, mate. People really enjoyed our right, but the moment he rang a client and claimed he wanted a cheap laugh. He was drunk, he wanted a cheap laugh. The moment he rang a client and claimed that I was selling drugs from their premises, and he finished the contract the following morning, that was the time in which I said, nah. And he's done that many times to other people I've found out since. You know, you don't do that. You don't do that. Anyway, and another thing as well. Another thing as well. Right. We all heard the allegation. I still find that thankfully I've got still got the video. I know I I would never mock or make fun of anyone's fucking death. I would never. I listen. I can cross a line at times, but not to a then mate. I never would mock his daughter's death. And many people have not even seen that fucking video, which I did. I did not mock what I said. What I said is that I know the reasons for your heavy drinking, and it's been like this for years. People who know him will tell you, and it is because of what happened with his daughter, unfortunately. Recent events do, past events do hit you in different ways. That is not mocking. And he created videos about mocking her death. I had people, because I had people, the thing is, what they say in politics, there's a saying in politics. And that saying is, if you tell people a lie so much, they'll end up believing it. Right? If you tell someone a lie so much, they'll end up believing it. The amount of people who have been annoyed or thought I was a cunt, to put a phrase on it, because I apparently mocked his daughter's death. I still got it on my phone, because anyone who mentions it, if I was out in fucking Cardiff or South Wales, anyone, I said, no, this is what I said, bump, and I show them a video, and they say, what? You're not mocking. I said, fucking, I know. How can you? Forget about the fucking work contract. How can you make up something about an awful event, your own daughter dying, and just completely make up a story just to get one get one over on me? That just shows. Sorry. But to me, and putting that out there, even there's even YouTube videos, right? That not all is well upstairs. If you're happy enough to create a story in your head about a lie surrounding your fucking own daughter's death, nah. And it's me and my mother had to pick up the pieces from that fucking bullshit story. Nah. Anyway. Right, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I'm winding myself up now. All right? So, I'm love you and leave you. Hasta luego. And you take care, guys, yeah? Love you all. Many thanks.